On May 31, 1889, the town of Johnstown, Pennsylvania in the United States, experienced one of the deadliest man-made disasters in American history. What began as days of heavy rain ended in a sudden wall of water that erased entire neighborhoods in minutes. Johnstown sat in a narrow valley at the fork of the Conemaugh River, downstream from the South Fork Dam. The dam held back Lake Conemaugh, a popular private retreat for wealthy industrialists. Years of poor maintenance, structural weaknesses, and repeated modifications had left the dam dangerously vulnerable. When days of intense rainfall soaked the region, water levels rose rapidly behind the aging structure. On the afternoon of May 31st, the South Fork Dam failed. A massive surge of water, estimated at over 20 million tons, thundered down the valley at terrifying speed. The flood wave, nearly 60 feet high in places, swept away homes, factories, bridges, and railroad tracks. Entire buildings were ripped from their foundations and hurled downstream like debris. Residents had little warning. Some tried to flee to higher ground, but many were caught by the sudden rush of water. The flood gathered debris as it moved, turning into a deadly mass of wood, steel, and rubble. When it reached Johnstown, the town was obliterated in less than 10 minutes. One of the most horrific scenes occurred at the stone bridge, where debris piled up and caught fire. Trapped survivors faced flames, smoke, and rising water. Many who had survived the initial flood perished there, unable to escape. By the time the waters receded, more than 2,200 people were dead. Thousands of homes were destroyed, and families were left searching for loved ones among the ruins. Bodies were found miles downstream, and mass graves became necessary due to the scale of the tragedy. The Johnstown flood shocked the nation. Relief efforts poured in from across the United States, marking one of the first major national disaster responses coordinated by the American Red Cross. However, legal accountability never followed. The owners of the dam were never held responsible, leading to public outrage and changes in how negligence and liability were viewed in American law. Today, the Johnstown flood of 1889 is remembered as a powerful warning about the dangers of ignored infrastructure and unchecked responsibility. It stands as a tragic lesson in how human decisions can turn natural forces into overwhelming catastrophe.